Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to have an opportunity to be here to make presentations at this very important forum. I was asked to make a synthetic presentations on this supporting green growth through systems innovations. But I don't know why I was invited, but probably because that the Korea has actively involved in both of the green growth as well as innovation. So today I'd like to briefly touch upon the OECD's contribution to green growth, and then the SDI ministerial meeting held in Korea last October. And I also introduced Korea's examples of green growth and eco-innovation. And then I will close by suggesting a couple of issues for discussions. We saw this picture already, and I'd like to congratulate everyone, including the French authorities and also Secretary General, for your leadership for achieving this and for reaching the historical Paris Agreement yesterday. And while the 2-week-long meetings ended yesterday, but I think it is just the end of beginning. So there are a lot of things we need to do. So whether we will succeed in the climate change battle will depend on many factors, certainly including our efforts for green growth and innovation. So in this regard, I consider this forum is particularly timely and meaningful. Going to the OECD role on green growth, OECD has made a significant contribution to green growth, including the recent climate change issues. I'm pleased that Korea has actively participated in this process from the beginning. In the 2009 MCM Ministerial Cabinet meeting, which Korea chaired, the OECD adopted declaration on green growth. Since then, we formed a Friends of Green Growth group to discuss the strategy, and in year 2011, we adopted the green growth strategy. And following this strategy, in year 2012, there was an environmental ministers meeting, which was also chaired by Korean environmental minister. There, we agreed on action plans on how to make green growth deliver. So since this green growth strategy was established in 2011, the OECD has continued efforts to mainstream its agenda through this forum and sectoral country reviews on environment and economy. And some of this document has been already shown to you by the Secretary General. And while progress has been some uneven in certain sectors, but this year's tracking progress report indicated that green growth has been successfully integrated into economic agenda, and this is very meaningful exercise. So I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the Secretariat for the achievement they made so far. Regarding the recent progress on technology and innovation, I'd like to introduce to you the Daejeon STI ministerial meeting, which took place in 11 years. Actually, there was a ministerial meeting in 2004, but this is 11 years ministers meeting on STI. And the theme was creating our common future through science, technology, and innovation. With broader participation of non-members, including ASEAN countries, it was a valuable opportunity to expand the outreach of the OECD on this issue. In the meeting, the ministers adopted the Daejeon declarations. It emphasized the importance of implementing well-defined national innovation strategy, strengthening impact assessment of public investment, and providing more opportunities for open science and global cooperation, and also maximizing STI's contribution to our better lives, including health. In relation to green growth, the ministers stressed STI's role to cooperate on climate change. They agreed on the need to strengthen policy framework to maximize its impact on environment using new technologies such as bioeconomy and renewable energy. Briefly introducing the Korea's green growth experience, Korea enacted the Act on Low Carbon and Green Growth in 2010. And we also established a long-term national strategy covering the period until 2050. And based on this strategy, the Korea has been implementing 5-year green growth plan since 2009. Based on the first 5-year experience, we have the authorities are implementing the second stage plan since last year with greater emphasis on innovation and technology. And the authorities are trying to create some tangible and actual outcomes. There are several important issues to address in discussing green innovation. For example, how to induce green innovation? Should it be based on regulation or based on market signals? Or what are the proper roles that should be played by public sector or private sector, and what would be the, how could achieve the proper cooperation between the two? And how to ensure effectiveness of all these policy measures, and what are the factors conducive to eco-innovation, and how to promote global cooperation, because it requires not only efforts of advanced countries, but also developing countries as well. So let me introduce a couple of real-world examples of these issues. The first is whether or how to regulate or deregulate to induce eco-innovation. As you are well aware, due to the existence of the positive and negative externalities and the resulting market failures, market forces are not enough to induce eco-innovation. The Eurostat survey in 2010 suggested that regulation is a major driving force for innovation. The OECD study, which was conducted in 2014, also found that regulation positively affects product competitiveness, in other words, the innovation. But there are also areas where deregulation or competition should play a role in inducing innovation. For example, Korea continues to deregulate technically rigid laws or competition hampering regulations so as to level the playing field and to allow new firms to enter the market. However, it doesn't seem to be very easy to decide the appropriate level of regulations or carbon pricing. The stable and predictable environment for eco-investment will be critical in fostering innovation by reducing the uncertainties related to the eco-investment. On the relation between public and private sector, there are distinct, separate roles for each sector to play. Nevertheless, one area that the public and private sector could cooperate is that the public sector catalyzes the private firms' green innovation. Korea has established 17 innovation centers as platforms for private and public partnership. They nurture innovative technologies and support R&D startups. During the Daejeon ministerial meetings in last October, I had pleasure of accompanying the Secretary General to visit the Daejeon Innovation Center. There we met with Tegway, this is the name of the venture company, which tries to commercialize devices for wearable battery. So it's shown in the bottom pictures. This device uses flexible fabric material instead of hard ceramic to generate electricity based on the difference between body temperature and outside temperature. So it can be developed into a portable appliance without battery. It won the Grand Prix award for top 10 technologies to change the world by UNESCO. So without our innovation center, I don't know whether this device could be successfully commercialized. Collaboration among central, regional government and the private sector are also important to bring successful outcome. For example, Jeju province in Seoul is trying to making its island carbon-free by using renewable energy and promoting electric vehicles. Eco-friendly energy towns in Hongcheon, this is in Gangwon province in South Korea, is another example of such collaboration. These initiatives would not have been possible without concerted efforts of related very diverse groups. While individual policies and each and every technical innovations are important, but they do not guarantee the desired green outcomes. For instance, despite the multifaceted efforts, the greener transition of industry and investment in Korea is not yet evident. Is it due to insufficient price, the policy or price signal or something else? So globally speaking, the CO2 emissions per car have been dramatically reduced across countries since 2000, as shown in the chart. However, global transport CO2 emissions kept increasing as a whole during the same period. So there seems to be a clear need for more comprehensive approach or systems innovation in order to bring broader and meaningful changes into the society. Global dissemination of technology, financial resources, and the capacity building, all this will be important in achieving global green outcomes. One such example is the first GCF funding project agreed upon last month. The Amazon Wetlands Protection Project in Peru tries to preserve Amazon forest by encouraging biobusiness, non-using timber, and supports renewable energy system. At COP21, North Korea did not submit the NDC, but they pledged to engage in global environment efforts through reforestation. South Korean NGOs are also currently supporting this reforestation project in North Korea. So if this green innovation is diffused and transferred more easily, then international community will be able to address global environmental challenges more effectively. So this is my last slide, and before closing, I'd like to cast a couple of questions for the following discussions. And there have been many studies and discussions on the green innovation, but there are many questions still need further clarification. For example, how to foster enabling environment for green innovation. Currently, market incentives doesn't seem to be enough to bring technological breakthrough in the green area. And as the professor indicated, I don't know whether is good thing cheap enough or is the bad thing expensive enough. But how to provide proper incentives and enough incentives for green innovation from a mechanism design context. How to enhance public awareness, and also how to ensure international cooperation in disseminating green innovations. These are all important issues, and I think the OECD should continue to play a critical role in addressing these issues. I'll stop here, and I look forward to the fruitful discussions on this topic. Thank you.